Today's horoscope from Astrology, Gemini, October 4, 2022. With the moon in your solar third house all day, your focus is on things to do with the mind, learning, and communication. While the day holds rather forgiving and gracious energy, there can be some tension revolving around opinions and beliefs. You are sharp, but because your mind tends to rule today, be careful that you're not missing some important reactions. It's far too easy to get signals crossed on this day before a Mercury station. As well, a Moon-Mars opposition can lead to some impatience. Aim to get in better touch with your true desires before taking action. Prepare for a day blessed by the heavens above. As your planetary ruler, sweet Venus, pirouettes in your solar first house of identity, your zodiac sign, she dances directly across the sky from Jupiter, the planet of joy, in an opposition in your solar seventh house of relationships. You'll most certainly feel the itch to party and enjoy yourself. If committed, you may have an absolutely dazzling time with your significant other. However, if single, you could cross paths with a soulmate or find that you have orgasmic chemistry with someone new that you meet, who also could become a long-term partner. Could your commitments take off as planned? You may feel unsure of what or who to commit to as Venus in your sign opposes Jupiter retrograde in Aries. Typically, you are someone who enjoys readily associating yourself with like-minded professional individuals and entities. But lately, this may have changed a tune as you could be more introspective about the plausible success of each arrangement. It might be time to consider paving your own way, especially with Jupiter retrograde in your opposite sign. Do not be afraid to be the trailblazer who takes a more independent path. While Mercury didn't retrograde back far enough to form a friendly aspect to the North Node and Uranus in your financial sector, he is close enough that as he turns direct today, this is helping to fuel your financial confidence and imagination. This comes at a point in the year that while there are big and exciting changes ahead on the income front, money matters themselves are stable. You often find yourself caught in the middle of two friends who aren't getting along, in the middle of trying to accomplish many goals at once, in the middle of trying to get from point A to point B without hurting or disappointing anyone. This is how you exhaust yourself. To help vitalize your inner core, focus on your diet and exercise. Doing whatever it takes to execute these two areas of your life will give you the peace of mind to choose what goals you can realistically accomplish. Rather philosophic and comprehensive, dear, today you should try to bring your ideas on opening, natural authority, sense of duty and responsibility together in harmony. But to do this, you will definitely have to master your aggressiveness towards others. The hour of conciliation has come. If it hasn't, breakups will be in the air with one or more people who are close to you. So be diplomatic. Just as the Sun and Venus are spending their first weekend together in Libra and as they are giving you a chance to look to the future with confidence, Mercury's direct turn today means that he is on his way back. Mercury had been in Libra for 4 weeks by the time the Sun returned last week and only retrograde back out less than 12 hours into your birthday month and new solar year. This has been a chance to take a break and explore your options before he returns in 9 days to get serious about making choices, decisions, and plans for the future. Before leaving your communication sector today, the Moon will form a friendly aspect to the last of the 3 planets in your relationship sector. What began with a friendly aspect to Jupiter 2 days ago ends with a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos. With all 3 planets in your relationship sector in retrograde motion, this wraps up a very real chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. Our eyes in the sky. The energy requires you to stay on your toes. It could pull you in different directions, but if you seize the day, you'll benefit in the end. There is so much happening at once with today's transits. A strong pull between earth and fire has a hand in both moving things forward practically and jumping into things courageously. The Moon is in Capricorn while the Sun is in Libra, and there is a strong sense that we need to be brave today. Your creative passion is burning in your soul, but it requires some kind of organization. With a square between the loving sun in Libra and the domineering moon in Capricorn, there's a dynamic pull between structure and ambition. This is where the conflict arises and where you really need to hold it down. Remember that everyone thinks they're right. There is a conviction in the collective that could go either way. Pay close attention to the news you receive over the next few days, and don't give up on your dream. Mercury turns direct today, ending the current retrograde. With plenty of raw and real conversations going on, you might come to a conclusion that you've needed to understand for many years. This could completely change the direction of your internal compass. Never compromise your needs for the needs of others. After midnight, the moon enters Capricorn and ends its void of course that began yesterday afternoon. Over the next 2 days, we abandon Sagittarian optimism for Capricorn stoicism. The moon's transit through this sign can cause us to come off as cold or disinterested in our interactions with others. In reality, we are simply less demonstrative of our emotions. We are more reserved and calculating, weighing the risks and rewards of our choices. Life becomes a kind of cost-benefit analysis. In this frame of mind, sacrifices can be made for a long-term legacy we can be proud of. On the one hand, you see many of your strengths and feel pretty good about yourself. On the other hand, you feel the one nagging thing you haven't been able to quite work out dragging you down. If you continue to compare yourself to others, you will create a real problem for yourself. If you use the positive to confront the negative within yourself, you stand a chance of a real breakthrough. Try to keep yourself centered through some aerobic exercise to keep the fresh blood flowing. In the pre-dawn hours, Mercury stations direct after 3 weeks of being retrograde. Errors in judgments were particularly visible during the messenger planet's backspin through communication-oriented Libra and detail-obsessed Virgo. However, misunderstandings and missed appointments have been a blessing in disguise, compelling us to slow down, pause, and recalibrate. We've been forced to get extra clear about what we want, especially in our relationships. Although we are now clear to return to our seat at the negotiating table, Mercury will be moving through its post-retrograde shadow until October, so continue to exercise mindfulness.